Hello once and for all to everybody watching the video. As you can tell, we are doing yet another deck profile. I haven't done one in, oh god, a good 3 months. I think 3 months was the last time you saw me on this channel. This channel gets a lot of activity. Subscribe. So, we've got ourselves a deck that I wanted to build for ages, but it was always expensive. I built it recently, and then with the new ban list, I feel it's worth making the deck list for this. So we have our Cyframe deck list. Oh boy, this deck's going to be fun. Alright, so first things first, we're going to go through the Cyframe Monsters. So we've got double alpha, triple beta, double delta, one epsilon, and triple gamma. Now I'm going to go through the ratios and why I'm running said ratios. Alpha, because it's a searcher, but it's not something that you always want to have in hand because it can clog a decent hand if you're going second. So you kind of don't want to clog up, stopping yourself from going into like the betas and the gammas and whatnot. So it's good to have the alpha, but not too many of it, you know. Next we have triple beta, because it's always good to be able to negate an opponent's attack. Let's be fair. Plus also it gets a free summon and all. It's just really nice as a hand trap. So yeah, you do run 3 of him. We have double delta because spells are becoming more powerful nowadays, so it's nice to have the spell negate. I'd say the spell negate is almost as reasonable as having a monster negate. Not as much, because a lot of decks are still monster heavy and monster effect heavy, but there are a lot of decks that are starting to rely more on their spells, so this is nice to just shut them down quite quickly. One epsilon in case we get the really bad trap matchup. We can just go lol, fuck that one trap. On top of that, so basically lol, revolt, fuck you. It's also searchable, and it's also got the highest attack of all the Psy-frames on their own, other than the vanilla. So it's nice for the field spell effect. And as I said, it's searchable. So even if you don't see it and you know they're playing traps, you can search it. If they're not, you know, it's just really easy to get rid of. Plus also it's fodder for the trap card. Next we have triple gamma because, let's be fair, it's fucking Cyframes, and Gamma sees play outside of fucking Cyframes in a threesome, so of course you're gonna run the 3 Gammas. You would be very fucking stupid not to. So that's the Cyframe package for the actual hand trap part. Next we have our double multi-threader, which is technically a hand trap, but it's a protection hand trap. Understandable, we run it at 2 for that reason. Plus also it's an extra driver in case you somehow banish all your drivers and don't have a way into them, so it's nice to have the extras. Talking of which, we have a triple driver, which I just realised that's in view, so I should probably take that out of the way. So we have our free driver. I feel like I don't need to explain this. Some people do run it at less than 3, even in a pure Cyframe deck, which I do not understand because it's always useful when hand in a pure Cyframe build. But that's just me. And yeah, it's nice to have the extra Cyframe driver for that reason. So you always run 3 in my opinion. Next we have the Lambda Makers. We have triple Clock Wyvern and triple Cyburst Gadget. So, Clock Wyvern, summon, half its attack, get a token, link the token into Link Rebo, go into Lambda. Cyburst Gadget, normal summon Cyburst Gadget, link it into Link Rebo. Get a token, link the token into a link spider, go into Lambda. And if you see multiples of these, you can even use Link Karibo for the Clock Wyvern token, which is what I tend to do because it's more revivable, which makes it a bit better. Also, it has a bit more attack than a Link Spider, if I remember correctly, so for the Borrowed Savage play, which is a mild spoiler, but not a massive spoiler. Next, we go into the spells. Triple Field Spell, of course. Why wouldn't you get triple field spell? It's literally the thing that makes the deck function. So yeah. Double E-Telly. Thank you, ban list. Yeah, E-Telly allows you to special summon the alpha from deck and then link the alpha with anything else on board, including the synchros, to make Lambda. So yeah, double E-Telly is very fucking good for this deck. Next, Forest Burial Goods at 3. I'm not going to do any more spoilers for later in the deck, but you'll see why we're running 3 of this later. Double Demise and 1 Terror. Because you do tend to want to go first, so the Demise isn't always live for when you want it. But if you need it, it is quite nice still, because it's got the element of surprise to it. Demise has the surprise. which is ties into it. Anyway, double psychic field zones. These took forever to come in. Thanks, card market. But now that they've arrived, they're actually really good. So it's like, oh, I gammaed you during your first turn. I don't have field spells, so they just banish themselves. Oh no, whatever will I do? Psychic field zone into an Omega. That sounds like a good plan. So yeah, it's quite nice. Psychic Path, same reason. Oh no, I banished my drivers. Oh, I have my drivers back. Also, which is making me debate running an extra copy of this. If you Psychic Path your Zeta, if you use your Zeta to banish an opponent's monster, when Zeta goes back to the extra deck, back to the graveyard, they cannot get their monster back, because unlike Omega, the text is worded specially on Zeta where it has to return both to return them. So because it cannot return the Zeta, it cannot return your monster I stole. So it's literally just it makes Zeta spot removal if you have this in deck, which is in hand, which is fucking lovely. Which makes me wonder if I want to drop another Demise for a second copy of this, because it's funny. Next we go into the traps. We go with Cyframe Overload. Reason you're running 3 Foolish Burial Goods, because lol, send this to grave, search out any Psy-frame, and even if you have it in hand, you can use this to banish any extra like Psy-frames that you don't want, like your drivers or your Epsilon when they're not really running a trap deck, and just banish. Again, it's spot removal. So again, very nice, very nice. So that's that, and then we have the one metaverse, because lol, I activate my field spell during your turn, fuck you. That's literally it, because the field spell is very essential to this deck. Next we have the extra. So we're running 2 Zeta and 1 FA Dawn Dragster as our level 7 targets. Reason being is we do tend to get off the level 1s here and there, but we don't get off as many level 1s as we do the level 2s. Beta is like the main level 1 that we get off, and by the time we've got Beta as a thing that we want to do, we can already synchro him off, or if he banishes, we've already got the Lambda to make the Lambda search. So yeah, you only really need the 3 targets. Plus the Zetas are reusable, so yeah, no, you don't need more than 3 level 7 targets. So we tend to just reuse the Zetas. Next, we have 1 Omega, 1 Borrowed Savage, 1 Chaos Ruler, and 1 Ultimate Rare Thought Ruler as our... Hey Dark Force! I'm just recording a deck profile right now. Yeah, we got these as our level 8 targets. Reason being that we got more is A, you only have the 1 Omega, so it's the only one that can recur itself to the extra deck for Cyframe plays. We have the Borrowed Savage, which is kind of essential because it's lol Omni Negate off of a Gamma, fuck you. We have the Chaos Ruler, because it's literally a mild searcher for Cyframe cards, which is funny as fuck. And then you do have Dark Monsters that you have engraved, like your Borrowed Savage, to revive it. So it's just really nice in this deck. And then we have our Ultimate Rare Thought Ruler, because Psychic Field Zone requires it to be a Psychic monster that you summon from the extra deck. So you need 2 level 8 targets and 2 level 7 targets at minimum for the Psychic Field Zones to always be live. So that's why I'm running the ulti of this. Okay, so that's that. Then we go into the Link monsters. We have the Link Rebo, Dark type, gets Chaos Ruler started. Also makes it so your Clock Wyverns are always live, basically. Nice. Link Rebo, required to make Cyberburst Gadget live. Still very nice, so we're actually running 2 of that one. Next, 2 Link Spiders, because again, you need it to make the Cyberburst Gadget live. And finally, the 3 Lambda, because it's a Cyframe deck, you want the 3 Lambda, because if they out 1 Lambda, you want to be able to go into another Lambda to make your Cyframes actually playable. But yeah, there we go, and that's it. That is literally the deck. So, this is arguably one of my favourite decks. I wouldn't say it's my favourite deck of all time, Zombies still hold that. But this and another deck I've been playtesting, which I will do a deck profile of that soon as well when I get the rest of the cards in. Yeah, it's all going to be very nice. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys realise that this isn't a competitive deck. When I'm saying stuff, it makes it sound competitive. It's Psy-frames. It's not competitive. It's fun. It fucks over your opponent. Your opponent wants to cry, but it's not competitive in any way, shape, or form. Just enjoy the deck. Don't enjoy it at a tournament because, well, you can enjoy it at a tournament. I'm not going to tell you your business, but don't expect to be able to win against the fucking virtual world player. Don't expect to be able to win against the fucking, like, you see what I mean? Like, yeah, no, it's a good deck though. Very, very good deck. Hope you guys enjoyed. And until the next one, I will see you. Tutty buys.